Completely agree. 10 out of 10 would play. All right, Aristocrats. I'd like to start with a what does that mean statement. So Aristocrats, for people who are not familiar, harkens back to the cards Falcon Wrath, and I believe it's Cartel Aristocrat, which were cards the last time we went to Ravnica and Magic, and these were cards that let you sacrifice creatures for some kind of effect. So now, in Magic Vernacular, decks that play cards that are looking to sacrifice their own creatures, we refer to generically as Aristocrat decks to pay homage to those original decks that played those cards. So what this deck is looking to do is looking to leverage the card Priest of the Forgotten Gods for its very powerful effect. This is a card I've been very impressed with in a number of shells in Standard. It genuinely feels like anytime you untap with Priest of the Forgotten Gods in a creature-based matchup, you basically win the game on the spot. And there's enough removal-light decks in the format where this card can really stand to take over games. One of the things that I also really like about what this deck is doing is that Seraph of the Scales plays okay as something to sacrifice because it's Afterlife, and then Seraph plus Spawn of Mayhem give us this ability to have powerful flying creatures. So the original deck submission didn't have Spawn in it. I shaved a couple of cards to fit 2 in here. I wouldn't be too surprised if we end up fitting the last 2 in here, because just like these kind of aggressive creatures alongside Seraph plus Spawn gives us a lot of ability to be aggressive in matchups where we need to be aggressive. So let's go ahead and dive into some matches here. I don't think Footlight Fiend is quite good enough in decks that aren't playing Judith. This deck hand's pretty reasonable. So, Gutterbones versus Reassembling Skeleton is an interesting conversation. In my opinion, Gutterbones versus Reassembling Skeleton is an example of playing a worse card that's on point with your deck synergies at the point of being a slave to your theme and maximizing your cards that are already good. So yes, Reassembling Skeleton is better with Priest of the Forgotten Gods. That being said, Priest of the Forgotten Gods is a card that's so good that when you have it, you don't need to play other mediocre cards to make it better. So don't play bad cards to make your good cards better than they already are. Instead, play higher average card quality cards like Gutterbones. Gutterbones is a card that's really good on 1 that can also allow us to have aggressive starts into these evasive creatures. I agree that Judith is very good with Priest. That being said, adding an entirely third color to the deck isn't completely free. For people that aren't familiar with what we do here, I play a lot of viewer-submitted deck lists. So the person who submitted this originally sent in a black-white deck, so I'm going to stay true to their core for at least a couple of matches before we do anything too drastic. If we get Crisis here, we're probably just buried. It's a good draw. That's a card that could unbury us. Give this bad Mamma Jamma Vigilance an attack here. Card advantage of our own. Wonder if I should attack with Pitiless Pontiff, just because it's basically unblockable with its Death Touch. There is something to be said for leaving it at home, though, so that way it can play defense. I also kind of want to leave a mana up, so that way if they try to exile this, So I'm going to sacrifice a Hunted Witness or two in response here, just so I get to draw extra cards. Like, the Hunted Witnesses aren't doing a whole lot hanging out. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice them to draw some more cards here, I think. So obviously giving this Death Touch indestructible again isn't super meaningful, but I'm just cashing these in to draw a card with Midnight Reaper before Midnight Reaper goes away. And we know they don't have a Vraska's Contempt here, because if they did, they would have already played it. Wonder if we'll see Finality next turn. If they do Finality us next turn, I get to draw 3 cards, which is nice. And then, like, I have Seraph and Hunted Witness as the follow-up. I actually feel like we're kind of in an okay spot here at the moment. The final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Can we pour one out for my boy Midnight Reaper? What do you think? Can we pour one out for my boy, the Midnight Reaper? Seasons don't fear the Reaper, not the sun, the wind or rain. Do 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 do. One jump block. LaCroix, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can ship your Bezo bucks to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them my way this month. So a lot of people have been acting about Teysa, and this is a card that comes up every time you play this archetype, basically. Teysa, in my opinion, is an example of a card that I would describe as win more. Teysa is a magic card that is only good on average when you are already ahead, and it tends to be very bad if you are at all behind. Teysa is only good when you have lots of things in play and you're sacrificing stuff for good effects. But if you're sacrificing stuff for good effects, you probably don't need to double those effects up to win the game. So instead, you'd rather have cards that are more individually powerful. Pitiless Pontiff. So I'm not going to play the Priest of the Forgotten Gods this turn. And the reason for this is I'd like to be able to get them to burn the Vraska's Contempt on either Pontiff or Seraph of the Scales, so that way this can kind of live and take over the game. I think we're going to see the Contempt exile the Pontiff. So if they go to exile this, we'll just sack it in response, obviously. Not a big deal. One thing that is a little worrying is they do have this Memorial to follow with the Krasis in their graveyard, which is a little bit difficult to grind through. Teysa's base stats leave a lot to be desired. I think Sultai, some form of white aggro, and then mono blue will probably be the big 3. That being said, I expect there to be a lot of everything. There's a lot of pretty reasonable decks in the format overall. Oh my sweet summer child. They can't bend their opponent. Ben there. I understand what's happened, and it sucks to be you, because I've been there. I've made the same mistake. This even applies to Memorial to Folly. So they were planning to upkeep the Vraska's Contempt, but they can't. And I think it's actually kind of awkward that they've made this mistake, because I really wanted to play Priest of the Forgotten Gods this turn, and now I can't because they still have a removal spell. So I really wish they would have played this so I could play the Priest out. So, like, their mistake kind of held up our sequencing, which sucks. They can't upkeep the Vraska's Contempt because of Tithe Taker. This card's very good. It's one of the more powerful cards in the set. No, I think they just wanted to upkeep the Contempt and they forgot about Tithe Taker. And again, the reason why I'm not playing this card out is because I feel like we have enough impactful things on board that they want to Contempt that I want them to wait to do their thing until after they've burned the Contempt. Yeah, I already submitted my deck for tomorrow. We're playing Team or Climb. Ooh, that's good. Well, if they don't finality me, we should be in a real good spot. I'm putting my chips into the center of the table. We're not beating a finality, so go. Hunted Witness and Reassembling Skeleton. Skeleton takes more mana. I think Witness is just the better card on average when you're not already ahead. I think the big issue is people keep trying to maximize Priest of the Forgotten Gods when you don't need to maximize Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is super messed up and powerful that you don't need to make it better. Just don't play to make this card better when it's online, because it's always great when it's online. I'm going to kill your 6/6. Did I forget to attack with these? I totally forgot to attack with these, right? I think I did. Nah, I just forgot. Yep, agree. Playing good cards wins way more games than random synergistic cards. Maybe gotten to a point where we could beat a finality, but I'm not sure. That's a Vivian Reed. Things that is not finality. We might have actually outground them on the back of Priest of the Forgotten Gods. We might have actually outground Sultai. I'm only at 8. Oh, I can't kill Vivian, so might as well kill them. Oh my god, I forgot to sack a thing. Oh my god, I forgot to sack a thing. I had just done too many things, and I thought I had already sacked a thing. We're gonna lose because of that. We are about to die. I forgot the Wild Growth Walker too. forgot the Wild Walker. Sorry, chat, I'm human.
Wait, they're dead, right? They're dead!
I love being a No Justice stream. It's my favorite part. That's my favorite part about this stream. Whew. 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 Yikes. Well, all's well that ends well, chat. Yeah, that was like really impressive. That was a good example of Priest of the Forgotten Gods being kind of crazy. That was quite fantastical. Normally you don't win games that go that long against Sultai. Midnight Reaper did work too. The whole deck, all of our synergies just really kind of came together that game. The game is too grindy for Spawn to sustain. I don't think that's true. In fact, I think any game that Spawn lives, he runs away with it pretty quickly. Maybe he's not good enough. I guess between him and him, we probably do too much damage to ourselves. I don't think I want to cut Mortify or Cast Down. He's bad against Vivian, too. Do I want Consecrate Consume? Hey, Gorilla. Thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Is Consecrate Consume better than Cast Down? It probably is. It probably is. Maybe on the draw, it's not better. I don't want to get run over by a fast Wild Growth Walker start. We have a lot of blockers, though. We're pretty unlikely to get run over by that. It's a genuinely good first game of Magic there. I really hope a team at the Pro Tour breaks Priest of the Forgotten Gods or, like, makes something super playable. Is this the Kaya's Wrath matchup? That's an interesting question. This might be a Kaya's Wrath matchup. How many black sources do I have? I think I have a lot. 17. I'm gonna keep. Is Mortify worse than Cast Down? Huh. It is, isn't it? I think you're right. So chat, people keep talking about the consume half of this card and then making powerful statements. This card's good because Consecrate exiling a creature that they're trying to get back is very reasonable. This card's good because both halves are good for us. No, I mean in this matchup they don't have any enchantments, right? And Cast Down kills all their creatures. I think Admain is right that Cast Down is literally just 2 mana Mortify in this matchup. I'm offering to let them let me draw a card, basically. I don't think they're going to bring in Eldest Reborn against us, and if they do, I'm kind of excited, because it's really bad. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. How do we feel about this? I think I'm okay with this exchange. And then I think next turn we just consume the Wild Growth Walker, so it takes the pressure off us, right? Or we could do that. Now I think we just do this, right? Not close. No blocks. Sure. God, am I about to get to untap with this Priest of the Forgotten Gods? Did you learn nothing about the last game? Maybe they don't have a way to kill it. All right, so we're gonna run the no blocks, go to 8 here. And then next turn, we can go Hunted Witness into Consume them. Oh, they had the land. I think they're supposed to Finality me there. They had the land, so I think not Finalitying me there is very wrong. They just didn't respect this card enough. I'm a hungry boy. Nom 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 nom. One Gutterbones, please. A Shadow. Bump this Esper Control. Will do. Thank you for the tier 2 resub. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, that could maybe get them back in. Right on time. Tocatli Outer Guard. I feel like I need a mod to make a command for reassembling skeleton. If a mod's feeling spunky, feel free to rehash what I said earlier. The don't play the TLDR dumping truck, so a mod can put this into a command hopefully, is the don't play cards that are bad for the sake of making your cards that are always good better. So reassembling skeletons is good with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, but Priest of the Forgotten Gods is really good all on its own. So we don't need to play other cards that are kind of mediocre to make our Priest better. I actually think that Spawn is much better than Planecrafter in the control matchup, just because Spawn helps us be aggressive and kill the control deck. Again, you don't have to play infinite cute synergy cards. Just play good magic cards. Ooh, that's really brutal. Are we dead? We need to draw a live one. So I'm getting punished for not playing the other priest out. So I have to draw a way to kill this Crisis. really close. It's really funny that, like, we outground them that game too, right? So we had like 2 games in a row where we outground the green-black deck, which is not usually... We did get punished for not chump blocking. That's a good observation. I did elect to not chump block on a turn when I could have. I don't think this is the Kaya's Wrath matchup. All the 6-spell hands look so good. This 6-card hand looks excellent. I'm gonna bottom that, looking for more things to feed Priest here. Did you know that when you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to your favorite content producer on Twitch for free? Thank you for sharing Carnage, and thanks for sending your Prime this way this month. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I did swap Mortify for Gaston. I did it very quickly. Loverboy, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome. Do I just do this to draw a card? I think I do. Oh, I should have played Seraph. Yeah, totally. I just didn't count my mana. I was just so focused on doing my thing that I didn't think about it. Leaving Priest up here gives us some flexibility here too, which is nice. It stops Hostage Taker and Vraska's Contempt from exiling our stuff. Yeah, I don't know what they kept. Not quite sure what they're doing here. So, in response to this fight trigger, I'm gonna make them sack the Harpooner, which means they're not gonna get to kill my Angel. It's a real shame Gutterbones only works on our turn, though. Truly sad. Reassembly can happen on their turn. It really can. It definitely can. Oh, I'll bet you dollars to donuts. This is why they kept their hand. They kept their hand because it had Cry in it. Crimson, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Do you have a way to finish this off, or are you still just dead to my Seraphs? Just dead to my Seraphs. Got it. Yeah, Cry is templated really weird. It exiles everything else that's died that turn. So that includes other stuff that we stacked before it hit. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely a channel for you to hang out in. We play a ton of different decks here. This awesome deck that we're playing right now, just like most of the decks that we play, is a viewer-submitted deck list. And if you're interested in getting one of your sweet ideas on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/HoogleSellout or check out my website at jeffhoagland.com. As always, a big shout out to all my wonderful subs and folks who donate to deck. They are literally the people that keep me employed. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thank you to all of them. I'd also like to take a second to plug some of my wonderful sponsors. Quip provides quality, affordable electric toothbrushes that start at just $25. And if you use link bit.ly/HoogleQuip to pick up your toothbrush through them, I will let you bump a deck in my deck queue by 25 points, so long as you log in using your Twitch account to validate that. Hurly Burly Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. Using code Jeff10 at hurlyburlystudio.com, you can save 10% on border extensions, such as my wonderful basic lands here, as well as full art replacements and lots of other fantastic stuff that they do there. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that's up there on their website. Are we 2-0 with the Aristocrats deck now? We played a couple of matches. I don't know. I don't keep track of the record. But this deck is sweet. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is incredibly powerful. Super psyched to see what comes out of the first Mythic Championship this weekend with the standard format. You know, I probably should have taken 30 seconds to restart the client while we were shilling. I think we're getting close to when the audio bug's gonna hit. When was the last time you had a 30-hour week? Not a long time ago. There are some weeks where I only stream for 30 hours, but if I stream for 30 hours, I'm still working for 40 usually. We're playing Teamer Climb tomorrow. Yeah, the Mythic Championship is tabletop. Seems great. Would love a 2-drop. Huh. I think I'm gonna bottom that looking for a 2-drop. Talrand, thanks for the sub gifties. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you're at. Is my opponent playing in full control mode or does they have a leftover stop? I'm going to restart here really quick, not only for the audio that just started wigging out, but also just in case we're disconnected. Can that throw monsters back in the queue? Green, red, or Teamer Talrand? Any preference? Quest Stuff, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the heads up, Monsegal. Teamer, sounds good. Will do. The mono blue matchup is a place where these Mortify, or these Seraphs are excellent as well. And a place where Priest of the Forgotten Gods is amazing because they don't have a lot of removal. Yeah, I added Quip there the other day. Must have typoed the thing though. It is totally missing a thing. Oh, they missed a land. Oh, no. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Should have mortified. Should have mortified. I get it. I get it. I was opening my website to fix the link. I apologize. We're going to die because of it. This one's on me, chat. This one's on me. All right. Looks like it works now. Alright, what am I doing with myself? Well, I mean, they think we don't have removal now. Or if they do, they think we're an idiot. Roscoe nabbed it. Thanks for the resub. I think I missed that while I was looking away. Thanks for the 5 months. Sweet. All right, they've got a Trickster. Things are not as grim as they appear, chat. Aha! They got to draw an extra card because I'm silly, but all's well that end well. I think we might play more Vanafear on Friday. I think Friday's gonna be a modern only stream, and we're gonna play some more Vanafear. Oh yeah. I cannot put into words how good this card is in this matchup. Just like cannot even formulate sentences about how good that card is. Seraph is very, very good. That's Death Touch and Vigilance too. This card is also very good in this matchup too. How much to see Bant Eldrazi on Friday? You gotta look at how many points. The things in the modern queue have a lot of points on them right now, Chef Seth. Probably 40-ish, if I had to venture a guess. Oh. They're going to double block my Seraph. Okay. Alright. And I don't get 1/1s either. This is a very good line from the opponent. They have a dive down as well. Okay. Alright. This does let me resolve Tithe Taker, which is not irrelevant. Should I have played Pontiff first? No, I don't think so. I don't think I want to play Pontiff. Like, even if they have Trickster and stuff there, I want to get Tithe Taker down, I think. Opponents played this well. Like, I think we're still ahead, but they've definitely had solid sequencing so far. I don't think it's strictly worth doing that because... What's the word I'm searching for? Because I really don't want this card to get counterspelled. So, like, now I'm playing Pontiff here, saying, hey, you can Wizard Retort, Arrest, and Scatter this one, and then if they don't counter this, I'm just passing the turn, and if they did counter this, I would resolve Tithe Taker. So, like, they know this card is in my hand, but I denied them use of their mana through my sequencing. So either they use their mana and counter the card I care less about, or I just get to do this and, like, add power to the table and not let them use their counter. And I think they're... Let's go ahead and do this and do this. Would you like to retort, Mr. Gutterbones? He is a lethal attacker. It's a shame this is a Temple of Tilt and I can't play the Tithe Taker afterwards. Temple of Tilt, slightly less than ideal. I agree. That's fine. I get to double spell next turn. They're still dead on board. I get to double spell next turn, so, like, I need, like, Tempish to, like, stabilize here. Today has been a refreshing change of pace from yesterday's set of matches, because yesterday we just kind of got dumpstered again and again and again. Today's been much better. I think I'm just gonna trim 2 Midnight Reaper for 2 Moment of Craving. This is a matchup where I want Kaya's Wrath. I don't know that these Kaya's Wraths are good in the sideboard. I really don't like this card in my deck that has, like, what, 25 creatures, 30 creatures in it? 28 creatures. Consume is nice. I'm not a huge fan of Midnight Reaper in these aggressive mirrors, so that's probably slightly better. I might do something else with these Wraths. Yeah, we might be able to forego the Guild Gate. What are our colored sources again? Just all comes down to math. So this deck has 17. This deck currently has 17 black in it and 16 white. It could probably go to 16-16. Their only double colored spells are the Wraths in the sideboard. So like, yeah, if we get rid of those, 16-16 is probably fine. Yeah, having better tools against control is probably not a terrible idea. I also feel like I wouldn't mind having another piece of spot removal in a matchup like this. Yep, this card is redonkulous in this matchup. If this card resolves, they do not win the game. And I have 2 of them, so I'm just heading to the Space Jam. What did they keep? Alright, that's pretty good. It's a good answer to Priest. Oh, I played the wrong card. Oh, I meant to play Tithe Taker. Oh, I dragged the wrong card into play. That's awkward. Alright, I'm gonna attack for 1 so I can get this Gutterbones back. If they have a Trickster, I could Mortify it. I think I'm just gonna do this into this, just develop my mana here. Tap land being really bad again. Deal. Deal. So this means that when I go to Mortify this Tempest Shin... Oh, crap. I should have played the land. Should have played the land. Yikes. A lot of small mistakes this game. A lot of small mistakes this game. Hey, Mr. Missouri, thanks to 11 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. If I would have played the land, I could have mortified the Tempest Shin in response to them dive downing it. Yeah, the attack with the 2/2 seems kind of loosey-goosey. I think we're fine. This, like I said, this matchup's like really good if we have an unchecked priest, and like this game kind of proves that, right? Like I worked really hard to take this game and spike it into the garbage can, and like we're winning in spite of myself. Tried really hard to lose and just couldn't. So Magic Arena is currently bugged, so I couldn't actually play this Plains and use this Plains to pick my Gutterbones back up because of the way their system works at the moment. So the reason why I did not play the Plains and I had to shock there was because Arena is bugged. What's the bug? When you have mana floating in your mana pool, it doesn't let you pick which mana you use, for people that are wondering what bug I'm referencing. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle this, just like dig for another creature. No, full control, this last patch, they changed it so full control also auto-selects mana from your mana pool. Previously that worked. It does not work anymore. I mean, like, and their goal with that is a reasonable goal. Like, they did that to make full control go a little bit smoothly, but it took some of the control out of full control. So this is why I played my other Pontiff pre-combat. So this way, if they had a Trickster, I could do this and still be attacking with this. Huh. Alright. Box of Shoes. Thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Cast Down was a good draw. They have a Dive Down as their last card. Whew. Yeah, could be Spell Pierce. Priest is absurd in any game you get to untap with it. It's very good in this matchup because they just don't have any actual removal. Yeah, between the Seraphs and the Priests that they can't take off the table, the mono blue matchup is very good for this archetype. We haven't played this exact build before, but we've played a deck very similar to it. Alright, let's make a couple of small changes. Subs for Seraph. You could play the 2-1 with Afterlife 2 for 3, but Seraph's pretty important. I would cut Spawn before I cut Seraph if you're short on Mythic Wild cards. This card's pretty important, and I'm not sure if this card's worth its inclusion, actually. I wonder if this is just better as more... Do we just, like, want Orzhov Enforcer instead of the Spawn of Mayhem? What do we think of that? There's, like, another card that's, like... This card's, like, pseudo-unblockable, too, which is nice. We've played Spawn in decks similar to this in the past. It's like, okay. I'm gonna get rid of these Kaya's Wrath. They seem like some hot nonsense. I think I'm gonna put some Duress in here for the control matchup. I'm gonna go 3 and 3 on these. I'm gonna put a cast down in the sideboard too for just another piece of spot removal. This seems fine. Oh, fix the land. Did we get out in time? I wanted to cut the guild gate. Yep. This thing give me color pie references. Is there anything in here that tells me how many black cards? 26 and 20. Eh, it's pretty close. I don't think this deck needs a sweeper effect. For people asking about Settle the Wreckage over Kaya's Wrath, I don't think we need a way to clear the board. At no point did I feel like that was necessary in the black-green matchup. So the problem with Gruesome Menagerie is that I think when control decks are beating us, it involves Cry of the Canarium, which Gruesome Menagerie is not good against. So... Oh, you know what? Maybe I should play the untapped land here in case they're like mono blue and they're gonna play a creature on 2, which I can cast it down. Do not think we're gonna get to blue-green turns or Naya today. We're gonna do Esper and Temur Amulet after this and then call it. It's another like 4 hours. Probably good between to 6 o'clock. Duress, this is a matchup that Duress will help, so it's possible that I should have 4 Duress for this matchup even, just to like try and race. King of all trees, cashing in that prime support. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks to your Bezo bucks this way this month. Any sideboard cards that are good against Cry? Yeah, Duress. Duress is great against Cry. Stop it before it happens. Alchema Pasta. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for keeping me employed here. This is the part where they play another counterspell. Alright, well. They're dead on board now, so that means they're either going to have to play Fogs or kill us next turn. Next turn. This is also a place where Mortify is better than Cast Down. That is very true. I almost thought about a third Mortify in the board over the third Cast Down, and that might be better. Revival's interesting. One Love, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, Revival's especially interesting because, like, we keep talking about how good the deck is if you keep Priest in play. So, like, Revival keeping Priest in play is, like, super relevant. We're in the range of I'm going to concede if they cast another Nexus of Fate, just for, like, the sake of television. I could see Revival being okay. Revenge sucks, but Revival's like a super playable card. I'm bringing in a Danto Vanguard in this matchup just because it attacks quickly. Seraph of the Scales versus Midnight Reaper. Which do we prefer? Midnight Reaper's probably better because it's a 3-power 3/3. 3-power 3-drop. Seraph's rate is not particularly good. Why do I have a shuffling deck? Because Nexus exists in the format, chat. That's why we have a shuffling deck. A lot of our cards don't do anything in this matchup, Rev. We just have to be a bad aggro deck, is what we have to do in this matchup. We have a small amount of disruption. Honestly, this matchup probably the reason that I should just have 4 Duress and 2 Adanto Vanguard. The original deck submitter had 4 Vanguards, so I kind of wanted to keep them, but probably should just max out. I am shuffling Elite Guard 2s. They're very reasonable. They're the same quality as the Elite Guard 1s, it feels like, while having better features. How frequently do I re-sleeve the BCW deck? The sleeves that I took off it were actually the original ones I put on it. This is my first time I had the first set of Elite Guard 2s I put on them. Yeah, I agree. Feel quite fantastic. It's actually way less annoying for us than it otherwise could be, just because we have Priest in here still to like kill through this. It's actually the 3rd person playing Archer today. I would like to draw some magic cards. Holy crap, where are my lands? Where are my lands, chat? We drew 5 cards, chat. All I wanted was land. I drew... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, good golly. Well, well, shoot. I mean, the good news is we're still playing Magic here, right? Like, we could be much worse off. We're like interacting with them. If we'd have actually, you know, gotten to hit lands, we'd have probably be in a real good spot right now. Perfect. All right, so we drew the land. So I get to go Hunted Witness here. And then I get to Priest through this silly thing. I really like... Oh, I should have played the Midnight Reaper first. I could have drawn... I missed 2 card draws here. My sequencing is poopy. I understand my sequencing is poopy. I think it's just Reaper plus Tithe Taker. I missed 2 card draws there, which could definitely come back to bite us, but... I think I want a 4th Duress, and I think that cast down should be a Mortify. With the pressure and the Priest and, like, our mediocre aggro beats, I think we could make this matchup okay with a bunch of Duresses and not enough ways to kill their enchantments. So, like, again, this is the tedious part of the opponent's deck. Like, we're actually winning right now, and they're just kind of spinning their tires, but it's boring, right? Like, they're just not doing anything. We're just sitting here, like... Now that they have Reclamation, if their last card's Nexus here, we could be in trouble. Do they have 7 after this? They do not have 7 after this, so they can't Nexus us this turn, which is nice. Okay. Okay, so you're saying So you're saying there's a chance. So they're dead next turn. I'm not attacking because they fogged. They played Root Snare. There is a Grixis Dragons deck you can find on my website, jeffhoagland.com, if you're interested in checking out a Nicol Bolas deck potentially. So what's their best draw here? Like Wilderness Reclamation, probably. Tithe Taker only makes their spells more expensive on my turn, so it doesn't really stop their combo. Bottoms up. Brick. 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 There should definitely be an extra Mortify in my sideboard. Having 5 ways to kill enchantment sounds great. Spyglass to name as Ganta could be good too. I like that, Pizza. Spyglass is a card I've been kind of high on as well. Maybe that's better than the Adantos. We can have like 4 Duress, 2 Spyglass, and then the Adantos. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, do you have... Doth thou have another fog? That's unfortunate. They kicked this, right? How do I tell if this is kicked? They paid 4, right? I think it's right to do this because it denies them a card draw. So if you sacrifice the thing blink or kill the thing blink of an eye is targeting, they don't get to draw a card. I'm like, I'm not gonna have lethal regardless. Alright, with holding Mortify up here, we should be pretty good to go. It is worth noting that because of the line I took here, they're not dead to Priest next turn, which is relevant. You could also maybe argue that maybe the fact that I had to smash the follow what's going on, Kohler. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Yeah, I think this deck is good. Like, I know we play a lot of stuff on here, but like, the things this deck is doing feel really powerful. Like, that first match against Sultai where we outground Sultai felt like a lot of these Aristocrat decks have felt like they're really close, and maybe this is finally the right mix. I can't, we're not back into the percentages yet. Yep, we're at the very least treading water. I've tried very hard to lose a couple of times, and so far have been unsuccessful. Yeah, Priest, like, Magic often has cards in it that are like, if you untap with this card, you tend to win the game. And like, normally cards with that effect don't cost 2 mana. And Priest is basically a card that says, if we untap with this, we win the game for 2 mana, which feels absurd. I'm gonna Duress here so I can take Wilderness before they play it, potentially. I think they have so many enchantments that are good. I take Wilderness here, even though I have Mortify. And I'm gonna take Chemist's Insight here, even though they can jumpstart it, because it takes away one of their 2 draw 2s. Revival could be worthwhile. Someone had mentioned that, and like getting Priest back seems really valuable. They played a lot of Crisis. If you didn't watch the first match of this set, you're going to want to go back and watch it. We literally just outground Sultai. We played like a 15 or 20 minute game 1 where we ground them into the dust. I'm not activating Priest yet because the mana from Priest lets us cast Mortify here. So if they play out a Wilderness Reclamation, we can kill it. You don't really need untap effects. One of the traps I think a lot of people building decks like this have fallen into is that people are trying to put cards that aren't good in their deck to maximize Priest of the Forgotten Gods. And Priest of the Forgotten Gods is so good all on its own, you don't need other cards to make it better. Don't play mediocre cards to make your good cards better than they already are. I maybe should use this aggressively. I don't really want to cash this in though, because like, I don't have a fast clock, but like, this gives me a worse clock. It's like, eh. It's giving them extra mana to work with though. If we draw another brick next turn, I might just cash this in, but like, waiting for like a Midnight Reaper has a lot of upside here. It's a little awkward. So I prefer to kill Druid of the Cowl, but like now I'm gonna go ahead and cash this in. This lets us draw a card and it kills one of their creatures. Yikes. Gonna hang tight for a turn. This is a 1 for the Priest is a 1/2, Bob. Second Archer. I think I Priest them in response here. Because I don't want them to hit the City's Blessing. Gosh, if I'd have waited, we'd have been so set up. Double Midnight Reaper would have been real good. I'm gonna cash this in now for 3 cards. Ancestral Recall. I think I just have to pass here because I want to leave Mortify up. As much as I would like to put more pressure into play right away, I can't let them get Wilderness Reclamation going. Yeah, Priest is definitely better with Gutterbones, but it's still going here, right? I didn't Pontiff because then I couldn't hold up my spell that I wanted to hold up. I did not have 2 extra mana. I had 2 black mana, chat. Pontiff cost white mana. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, the attack with all got me. Oh, I totally did not mean to attack with that. Really didn't mean to do that. Really didn't mean to do that. Hopefully it doesn't matter. It could matter. I am not going to Mortify that because I can Conclave Tribunal it and then hold Mortify up as instant speed interaction. Oh no! Oh, I forgot they had 2 turns in a row coming. Alright, sorry. Sorry, that was a mistake. Should have had an indicator somewhere. They Nexused at our end of turn. They Nexused at our end of turn. I forgot that they Nexus at our end of turn. Bottom. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Brick. I get to draw 4 cards next turn. Let's find a Duress, shall we? I played out the other Priest so I can keep Midnight Reaper in play. It draws us lots of cards. Alright, I've got nothing left. This is all we've got. Am I dead? Yeah, that bodes well for the home team. Don't reclamation me, bro. No, I want to sack the other thing because it lets me draw a card. Midnight Reaper doesn't trigger on tokens. I assume that shock means I'm dead. I assume that shock means I'm dead. What a miserable end. That's fine. That's how Nexus goes, right? Always a miserable end. Yeah, their deck feels a lot like Tron, Valakut, or KCI. Definitely agree with that assessment. Playing against the opponent's deck feels a lot like Tron, Valakut, and KCI. Feels like the really bad parts of Modern. I think a couple of these sound great. I think I can trim a couple of these. I think I want the last Duress. I think I want this to be a Mortify. Anyone who thinks the concession I just made there was early, you really need to spend more time playing with the Nexus decks. They were almost, that concession was faster than most of my concessions, was more certain than most of my concessions. There has been a lot of Nexus in best of 3 because they banned it in best of 1. They did have an Azcanta play. That's why I conceded. They had an Azcanta in play. They had Arc, flipped Azcanta, and a Reclamation. We were done. All right, good. I think we're good. Let's play one more. We've been playing this deck for a while. Let's play one more. I want to get through 2 more decks today, but this one's been really sweet. Spyglass only works on the flip side of Azcanta. So it's not perfect, but it's the best we've got. Spyglass also shuts off Teferi against Esper control, which is nice. If one of these had been a guild gate, this would have been a keep. This 6 is very good. I'm gonna bottom that. I want to hit my land drop. Do my best to hit my land drop. Sweet, Johnny boy, that's great. Glad that's gonna happen before the Rivals tournament. Trades. Part of the reason I continue to watch you is that you leave games that are over before they're over. I agree. It's Patrick Sullivan put it in the best way I could have ever phrased it. When he's casting on SCG, he refers to those games as garbage time, which is just truly the best way to phrase it. It really is just garbage time. I think not hitting my 3rd land here means I'm gonna die. I agree, Nolava. At least Reclamation without Nexus kills you faster, but I would prefer if they banned Reclamation rather than Nexus. I also think the way WotC has approached it in the past, they're more likely to ban the uncommon than they are to ban the rare. So I think if a Nexus ban is... Well, I guess they banned Nexus in best of 1. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, magic. Are we done here? We're done here, right? Oh, geez, the update's supposed to last right up until it starts. That's a little scary. Hopefully they don't have any issues. Hopefully they don't have any issues. All right, so I'm going to bring in Tocatli. I'm going to trim Mortify and Conclave Tribunal. I think I want to keep... Hey, thanks for the upgrade to a tier 3, Giddle. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you're at. You submit a deck for your tier 3 through the format website, just like everything else, so I appreciate it. I don't think I want... Last time we boarded in Consecrate Consume, but I didn't have Revival last time, and I think Revival's pretty good here. I don't think Consecrate Consume's better than any of the cards that are in my deck at the moment, so I think I'm going to click Submit. Yeah, without Wilderness Reclamation, though, Nexus of Fate's like kind of a pretty fringe card. You have to unhide ranked best of 3. It's hidden behind a toggle switch. The upper right-hand corner of your main arena screen. Man, I really hope the installer isn't messed up tomorrow if the update's supposed to last right up until the Rivals tournament starts. That could be messy. Revival is also good in this matchup for getting Tocatli Honor Guard back, which is not nothing. Yikes. Hopefully they're missing a land. Rats. Doesn't look like it. What's your favorite meme control deck at the moment? I don't know. We played a Reanimator variation yesterday, actually. That's it. Go check. We've played 2 different Esper Reanimator variations, and they both seemed awesome. So I'd recommend checking those out. I think I know blocks here. Maybe they don't have a land. You don't have a land. That's really good for me. Yeah, we played Teamer Monsters yesterday. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Would really like to draw a, like a Gutterbones or a Hunted Witness here. Land, that's a lot like those things. Alright, so... I think I just pass at this point. I like that the climb decks have a little bit of grind to them, but they also have the ability to just punch people in the face. They pivot into an aggressive role really elegantly. I don't know, Quaddle. Maybe we don't want that card in our sideboard. Justice reigns from above. We are almost done, Balthazar. This deck's been really good. Did they do it again? We had someone else do this earlier. Yeah, I think they passed wanting Nebraska's Contempt, not realizing that Tithe Taker was on the board. Oh, Magic's great. Huh. I drew a brick, though. I think I just pass here. I think I just pass. Yeah, they just forgot about Tithe Taker. Tithe Taker's not a super commonly played card. So, like, I understand. Some weenie decks play it, but it's not super common. I'm glad I waited to draw 3. We were bound to hit another pooper eventually. So, really didn't want to sack my Midnight Reaper or my Priest here. And then I am intentionally not playing Gutterbones here because I want to leave up Pitiless Pontiff as a way to sacrifice a creature that they target with Vraska's Contempt. If their last card is Find Finality, I get to draw 5 cards here. That, just like we drew it up, chat. Just like we drew it up. And now this is indestructible and has Death Touch. Don't you take me to Value Town. Maybe playing the second Reaper was greedy. I would like the record to reflect that I understand that playing the second Reaper might have been greedy. I would like to be on record that I understand that what I've done is greedy. I would like to be on record. All right, so let's do this. And then let's attack. I'm not dead to Finality. So if they Finality me, I sacrifice a Reaper, draw 2, and then take 4. So Finality only puts me to 2 here. I would like the record to reflect I am not dead to Finality. Oh, I forgot to attack with the Reaper, because I forgot. I forgot to chat. I didn't want to click with attack all, because I didn't want to attack with the priest. Listen, okay? I'm busy drawing cards. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down, okay? I'm busy drawing cards. Do I want to stay? Do I want to draw these 3 cards? I might want to sack this to not draw those cards. I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna go to 4. Oh wait, I didn't do the thing. I lied, it's okay. Everybody calm down. I'm not freaking out, you're freaking out. Everything is under control. I probably should not attempt to play Esper Control after this. Listen, if that turn didn't convince you that this deck is amazing, nothing will, okay? Just appreciate it. That was truly wonderful. Rude. All right, now they're dead even if they Finality though, right? Like they'll just die to my tokens. The pink hair is sapping my strength. I should have made this Vigilance probably. I would like the record to reflect that in spite of the pilot, we managed to win that game. We managed to win that game in spite of the pilot. Oh, that was wonderful. I think I clicked submit. I think I'm happy with what we did. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'm gonna blame my bladder and I'm gonna click done and run to the restroom. Calculated. No gamble, no future, chat. No gamble, no future. Listen, anybody who's watched this stream before, you knew what I was doing with this hand, right? Anybody who's been here before? So this hand is obviously a gamble, but the payoff is extremely high. And when you're a professional, it's worth risking it for a biscuit. Ooh, that's a yikes. Oh, chat, we're over 2,500 viewers. When you're over 2,500 viewers on Twitch, they stack your deck for you to make things work out. Makes it much easier. I don't keep hands like this if we only have like 1,500 viewers, then it wouldn't work. Gosh, we are so unlucky. Missed on the land there. Do I offer the Midnight Reaper for the Tithe Taker so that way I can hit the land to do the thing? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna play out some dorks this turn and be okay. I'd really like to draw a land, but... Oh, sweet, they took this trade. This is great for us. Oh. That's unfortunate. No, tier 3s can submit a standard build around. Yep, so deck submissions, or build around submissions do still use the form on the website. Oh no, they've been 2 planes. This is all that cumulative variance catching up with us, chat. We used all of our good luck on the first 2 draws. And now we're all out of good luck. Whew! Whew! Guess we were due. Guess we were due. Thief is an aptly named magic card sometimes. Alright. No Vraska's Contempt. No Vraska's Contempt, please. Wonder if Thief's a reason to leave more removal in this matchup. Because I did board low on removal, and Thief could be a reason to want to leave more in. This is actually a pretty good draw, because it insulates our Seraph of the Scales from a Vraska's Contempt now. Because if they go to Contempt her, we'll sack her in response. Yeah, that awkward moment when you've like got your Tocatli and they just don't draw any explore creatures. Those that think they're unlucky in Magic. Do you not think mocking those who believe they're unlucky in Magic is a bit rude? No. You should only mock people, shouldn't mock people for things that they can't control. And if you have some kind of, if you think that you're more unlucky than other people, like that's something you can control. We call that a reality check. You can obtain a better understanding of fundamental mathematics. That's not even fundamental, probability. Probability is probably a better statement. They kind of pressured us to a point where this Midnight Reaper is threatening to hurt us, right? This card does not gain lifelink. That is not one of this card's modes. Yeah, it might be right to cash the Midnight Reaper in. Okay, I can see that. don't think there's any very good life gain cards we could strictly be playing. It came across as obnoxious. Yes, mocking people is generally obnoxious, but mocking people who are willfully stupid, I think is an okay obnoxious to be. If you think that's not an okay obnoxious to be, that's fine. But here, I think making fun of people who think they're unlucky is okay. Alendra's interesting. That could maybe be an okay card. I could see that. Yeah, not a whole lot we could do there. Lyra, so like here's the problem with a card like Lyra, is talking about a card like Lyra as a way to gain life is Lyra's not a card that I want against black-green. Lyra's very bad in the Vivian matchup. So if I wanted a way to gain life in this deck, I think I would want it to be a way that can gain life in the black-green matchup, and Lyra's not a card that I want there. Dawn, I hope's too slow. I think playing the vampire that makes lifelink tokens would probably... honestly, I think there's probably a good chance that, like, watching that game that we just played there, if the conclusion is that we need life gain, I think the actual correct conclusion from that game is we need more removal in the black-green matchup. Because if you watch the first game and the other games that we played, when we actually have tools to be competitive, we manage our health total just fine. The reason why we felt like we needed life gain in that matchup is because we didn't have removal spells to kill their creatures that were running away with the game. So I think there's a good chance that the we need life gain for this deck is coming to an incorrect conclusion based on that game that we just played. In the matchups where we care about our health total, we're probably going to board out Midnight Reaper. So like against mono red and stuff like that, this just isn't a card that we want in our deck. So I think a better conclusion is to look at that game and go, the way I sideboarded, I only had 2 cast downs and priest as removal in my deck, and I probably want to leave some Mortifies in that matchup. So I have the better ability to interact with things like Thief and like Large Crisis. So that would probably be my conclusion from that. Looking at everything that we have here as a whole, one thought that I have as we leave this deck to go to the next one is that I'm not sure that Conclave Tribunal is a card that I'm a huge fan of. I get that we have a bunch of creatures, but I feel like in a lot of situations this was just worse than Mortify. I think I would probably just turn these into the full playset of Mortifies in the main. Will probably be what I end up linking as the final deck list over on the YouTube channel. And like, an extra moment for the red matchup's probably fine. Something like this is probably the direction I would head in, I think. Alright. This deck was really sweet, though. I think there's a lot of great exploration to be done around this card. We've played Mardu, we've played white-black, and we've played red-black shells, and so far, of all the shells we've played, I think this felt like the best of the ones that I've worked on for sure. So I wouldn't hate exploring this deck some more. Slots that I'm not 100% sure on. Revival's probably good, but this could swap out. I'm pretty confident we want Seraph and Midnight Reaper, and a lot of these other cards, though, are all very reasonable and have good synergy while also being, like, reasonable quality cards on their own. Alright, what do we do? We're going to play some Esper Control next. Alright, you ready for the slog? Where you find more sweet decks like the one you played. You find a ton of sweet decks on my website. Lots of